Okay, good morning, all of you. Up to now, we completed all the pituitary gland hormones, pituitary hormones, okay, hormones of anterior lobe, anterior hormones of middle lobe, hormones of posterior lobe. We completed all the hormones. Now, what are the abnormalities of the pituitary hormones? Generally, in exams, they ask abnormalities, and they ask you have to study comparatively these all glands. They ask bit comparatively, and they mix different diseases. Okay, you have to, okay, when you complete pituitary gland, you have to compare these diseases and thyroid gland disorders of the thyroxine hormone. Okay, they one in one bit they mix all the disorders. Okay, you have to be very careful. Okay, let us do with the abnormalities of the growth hormone. First one, okay, overproduction, okay, the underproduction. Overproduction is called hypersecretion, and underproduction is called hyposecretion. Everyone know that. Well, because of in children, because of overproduction of growth hormone causes gigantism. Okay, abnormal height of the body, abnormal increase of mitosis in the epiphyseal plates. I explained you epiphyseal plate in the previous parts. Okay, abnormal increase of mitosis in epiphyseal plate. Okay, abnormal height because of abnormal increase in the mitosis of epiphyseal plate. Okay, abnormal increase in the epiphyseal plate లో mitosis abnormal increase అవుతుంది. Okay, whereas in the hyposecretion of this hormone, pituitary dwarf, short stature, height, this is due to loss of epiphyseal plate before puberty. One application bit was asked from this one. Okay, in one adult person, okay, there is a overproduction of or hypersecretion of growth hormone is there. Okay, an adult person. Okay, at that time, okay, he cannot grow because his epiphyseal becomes as a epiphyseal bony epiphyseal line. Okay, it was asked in previous NEET papers recently. Okay, the epiphyseal plate disappears. Okay, in these people, especially here, the problem is, okay, the before puberty the growth is especially very high. In the puberty, once a girl or boy reaches the puberty, from then onwards there will be elongation of bones, plenty of activity takes place in the bones. But here what happened in this condition, epiphyseal plate lost before puberty. Okay, at the time of puberty, what are hormones are produced, hormones start producing. Okay, because of those hormones, here epiphyseal plate mitosis takes place, and okay, elongation takes place. Okay, here pituitary dwarfism, that child is called pituitary dwarf. Okay, you learned thyroid dwarf and pituitary dwarf differences also. Here the child is short stature, height is very low. Okay, normal sexual activities and IQ or everything is normal. Okay, this is a loss of why this pituitary dwarf, because of loss of epiphyseal plate before puberty, very important. Now come to the hypersecretion or overproduction in the middle age. Okay, if this hormone is produced in a high amounts in the middle age, in children it causes gigantism, acromegaly, very important one. It is also given in the mock test papers. And disproportionate growth, gorilla-like appearance, lower jaw protrusion, elongation of the limbs, hands, feet, enlargement of finger ends, and thickness of the nose, lips, and eyelids. Okay, these are the symptoms of acromegaly. Disproportionate growth, gorilla-like appearance, lower jaw protrusion, elongation of limbs, hands, feet, okay, enlargement of finger ends, and thickness of the nose, lips, eyelids. Okay, okay, you can come from the eyelid, then you come to nose, then come to the lips. Okay, enlargement of finger ends. Next, abnormalities of the ADH. Okay, we discussed here abnormalities of growth hormone, one of the pituitary hormone. Now we are going to learn abnormalities of the ADH. This hormone is actually synthesized by hypothalamus, but it is stored and released from the pituitary. Hypersecretion, hyposecretion. Okay, because of hypersecretion of ADH, what happens? More water reabsorption takes place. It is otherwise called antidiuretic hormone. It acts on DCT and CD. More water, more water reabsorption takes place. Increase in blood volume. That's why it increases the pressure. This hormone is also called vasopressin. It increases the blood pressure. How it can increase it? Because it is increasing the water, more water reabsorption taking place. Increase in blood volume increases. When the blood volume increases, in chemistry also you might have learned, when the volume increase, pressure also, when the blood volume increase here, okay, here pressure also increase. But in Boyle's law, when the volume increases, pressure decreases. Okay, here this is the blood vessel. Okay, when the more blood is coming here, okay, then the automatically pressure increases in that vessel. Next to another one, production of hypertonic urine, contraction of the blood vessels. That's why it is called vasopressin. Blood vessel, constriction of the blood vessel also takes place, and production of, okay, constriction of angiotensin 2 is a powerful vasoconstrictor. You learned some of the serotonin is a vasoconstrictor, and this is also vasoconstrictor. You have to note down this all comparatively. Okay, vasoconstrictors you learn in first year. Mast cells functions, histamine, bradykinin, okay, serotonin, heparin you learn there. Okay, heparin is an anticoagulant, bradykinin, vasodilator. Next one, histamine is a vasodilator in asthma, you learned especially. Next one is the serotonin is a vasoconstrictor. This is a vasopressin is a vasoconstrictor. Next one, angiotensin 2 is a powerful vasoconstrictor. And production of the hypertonic urine, you have to remember here what type of urine. Okay, అలా అప్లికేషన్గా అడుగుతుంటారు. ADH హార్మోన్ కానీ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయితే what type of urine? Here hypertonic, that means the volume osmolarity of the urine increases. Normally osmolarity of the urine is 1200 milliosmoles. And desert animals, camel like kangaroo rat, వాటిలో ఈ హార్మోన్ ఎక్కువగా ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే దే హ్యావ్ టు ప్రొడ్యూస్ కాన్సన్ట్రేటెడ్ యూరిన్ బికాస్ దే వాటర్ ఈస్ స్కేర్ టు దీస్ యానిమల్స్. నౌ లెట్ us focus on the opposite side. Hyposecretion of this hormone, less water reabsorption. Here more water reabsorption, blood volume decreases. Here blood volume increase. Here blood pressure decreases. Here blood pressure increase. Here contraction of the blood vessel, concentration of the blood increases. Next one, heavy production of urine. Okay, heavy production of urine takes place. Therefore concentration of the blood increases. That means here water not reabsorbed, it is going out. Diuresis, heavy production of urine, that is called diuresis or polyuria. Note down this point, diuresis, or that's why as it is avoiding diuresis, it is called antidiuretic hormone. Here if this hormone is less amount of hormone is produced, water is not reabsorbed. Okay, therefore what happens is, okay, heavy production of urine. Next one, hypotonic urine is produced. Here hypertonic urine is produced. And coffee, this is very important. Coffee, tea, alcohol decrease ADH, therefore more urination. You might have seen some people after having alcohol and they are pissing on roadsides. Okay, they don't consider whether it is whatever it may be the conditions, they start pissing there. Okay, because they are taking alcohol. When they take alcohol, there is a ADH levels decrease, and that means less water reabsorption takes place in the nephrons. More water goes outside. Coffee, tea, alcohol decrease ADH, and therefore more urination after taking these. And diabetic insipidus, low ADH hormone, low ADH, diuresis takes place. Symptoms of diabetes insipidus, low ADH, diuresis, more sweating, thirst, more dehydration, no glucose in urine, very important point. Whereas diabetes mellitus, there is a glucose in urine.